Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Ned Reynolds, Mike the intern, back in the studio, and thank God I got my voice back. This allergy season has been kicking my butt, Ned. You don't get allergies, do you?
Poison ivy, but that's about
That's it. Don't put any leaves in front of this guy. All right, so big purse this weekend. I heard $20 million.
$20 million for the Heritage Classic at Hilton Head, and that was designed to bring in some of the top golfers since it traditionally follows the Masters, and a whole lot of the big names don't go to that tournament. But to get them back, they offered $20 million in prize money for this one, and all of them are there or were there. The competition's continuing right up until about 3:30, 4 o'clock our time yesterday, and down comes the rain. The rain was not a factor. PGA said you can play in the rain, even as heavy as it might be, but you can't play in lightning. And there was lightning around. So 2-hour delay, and finally when they did resume, then they eventually had to stop it because of darkness. So the tournament will be concluded this morning. It is just difficult to imagine that Scottie Scheffler is not going to win it. He leads by 5 strokes with 3 holes to play. That one's in the bag. Although it's never over till it's over.
That is true, sir. But it was, you might say we might not know a whole lot about golf, but the little we do know, talking about focus, that's what he did, man. He just focused in and just rode it right till the end. That
Masters champion, and now it looks like he'll be the Heritage champion. I think it's the third time, maybe the third time in about 20 years that the same golfer has won back-to-back.
Incredible. Also incredible is the fact that we've actually got 2 separate sports in playoffs right now, but that is something we're used to. We're talking about the NBA and NHL. Let's talk about basketball first. Who are the winners?
NBA, 4 winners yesterday: the Celtics, the Bucks, the Clippers, and the Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder, won late last night and get their victory. And in the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Panthers, the Jets, the Rangers, and the Vancouver Canucks with a very late victory as well. So they're the 4 winners. All that competition continues today, tomorrow, right through the week. This is the first round of the playoffs in both of the pro sports, so it's got a long, long way to go before the championships.
Absolutely. Last but not least, LA Dodgers looking like the team to beat this year, and Ohtani's already off to one hell of a season.
This is a significant mark for him. Ohtani yesterday hit his 5th home run of the season. Okay, that's fine. The guy's an absolute monster at the bat. But it was also the 176th of his career in the major leagues. Remember, he was with the Los Angeles Angels for the last 5 years. 176 career home runs, and he is the home run leader among Japanese-born players. It was Hideki Matsui of the New York Yankees who had a glorious career later with the Angels and the A's and the Rays and so forth. But Mazuki was a very fine player. Ohtani bettered him in just a very short time. That's how good Shohei Ohtani is.
You think at the rate he's going right now, he might take on some of those bigger
the Barry
records?
Bonds and company, 176 career home runs in the major leagues. If Major League Baseball decided to include his Japanese stats, yeah, he might, but I don't think they will. I think it's all got to be accomplished within the American Major League Baseball system, and it would take a monstrous career for that to happen.
Well, he's already off to it, Ned. Kind of a slow-hitting start for the St. Louis Cardinals this year. You think they're going to break out of this thing?
I don't know. I really don't know, because this is not what was expected. The Cardinals were thought to have a lot of offense and very limited pitching, and the reverse is taking place. But regardless, it has resulted in the Cardinals having a 9-win, 13-loss record at the moment. Lost yesterday to the Milwaukee Brewers 2-0, wasted an outstanding start by Sonny Gray, who is developing into the Cardinals' ace right now. He had 12 strikeouts in 6 1/3 innings of work. 12 strikeouts, but he also gave up the only 2 runs of the game. The Cardinals had 6 hits, couldn't score, lose on Friday in extra innings, 4-2. I beg your pardon, 2-0. Lose on Saturday, 12-5. They got 5 runs on Saturday, but Milwaukee got 12. And then they lose on Sunday, yesterday, 2-0 as well. The team is just not together at the moment. Are they going to get there? Well, you might remember, Mike, that last year the Cardinals had in April a 9-win, 24-loss record, and that doomed their season right there. That's where it fell apart. They played probably about 500 ball the rest of the way, not quite, but in that vicinity. Well, you can't get off to a slow start. The games in April count as much as they do in September and October. Cardinals know this. They've just got to come together. Paul Goldschmidt has to start hitting. He's down below the Mendoza line right now, and that's just not going to get it.
Say the complete opposite about the Kansas City Royals, because so far this season they have been pretty explosive on the offensive side, but not consistent. Yesterday is a good example of that.
Yeah, until yesterday they have been. And the Royals' record is 13-9, 13 wins, 9 losses. They're playing pretty doggone good baseball. It has them in second place in the American League Central Division. Now, you're not going to win all the games, especially when you're playing the Baltimore Orioles, and the Orioles are very good. Yesterday, it was a 5-0 win for Baltimore. Still, Kansas City's playing very well. 13 wins on the year and showing signs of consistency both offensively and in their pitching department, and that's really the key. They'll come back. They're a young and strong team, and I really feel like they're maybe not a contender yet, but they aren't very far away from being one.
All right. And on top of everything else that happened this past weekend in the sports world, we got golf, hockey, baseball, basketball. There's also some racing going on in Alabama yesterday.
It's the Talladega Super Speedway, and this is one where you see all sorts of speed records set because it is wide open track. This was the Geico 500 that they ran yesterday. Big crowd on hand and a great race. They saw, they being the fans, a tightly bunched field coming down into the final couple of laps of the race, battling for that lead. Yogi Berra had a number of non sequiturs, but it isn't over till it's over. That was one of them. Well, in this race, it wasn't. Tyler Reddick is in fifth place in that pack going into the final turns of the race. The leaders all get into a bumping, pushing, shoving, spin out circumstance that Reddick drove through. And in that final lap, he drove right past him and into the winner's circle, taking the checkered flag. So it's Tyler Reddick who gets the win at the Talladega Motor Speedway in Alabama, and a big win for him. That's a big race.
Well, Ned, I think we need a day off from the sports world, so hopefully you got something to talk about tomorrow. I'll see you then.